Guys, last year, a season of the ages. I guess it's safe to say. You guys went in, got all the way to the regional finals, one step away. Talk to me about the experience. Just talked about last year, and what was that like to be able to go through that?
Well, it was pretty cool. Getting the opportunity to go, to the regional final, and it was the farthest that the Hidalgo baseball team had go in like the school history. So we were so proud of it. It was pretty cool getting the opportunity to go play against all those teams.
Coach, you had told me last season that you kind of didn't really know what to expect.
Correct.
From this team. That a lot of you thought you were going to be young. It was going to kind of be maybe not so much growing pains, but these guys were going to have to learn a lot as they go. To end up where they did, it's got to speak volumes of the kids in these program and this program. Talk about that. I mean, they grew up quick. I think it's pretty safe to say.
Right off the get-go, right from the beginning, we went through some rough times. I mean, it wasn't easy. I just knew that it was going to take some time. I put these kids in one of the toughest teams, and we played some big-time ball. We went to the Carolina tournament, and we in the tournaments we're playing Sherryland, the top 4A and 5A teams, and I think that really helped us get to where we got. As soon as we came back from the Corpus Christi tournament, we went on a 18-game winning streak, I believe, and after that, we didn't lose again until we lost game 1 against Kingsville, and I think that really helped us. Like I said, it was very hard at the beginning, but we ended up pulling out, and the chemistry, the team came together, and we figured it out.
Talk about the level of talent that they saw at that, when you get that far. I mean, obviously, you're looking at teams that, these guys were senior-laden ball clubs. You guys were obviously young, but guys that were going to go play at the next level, obviously.
Correct.
Guys that were going to go play Division I.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. And your guys were able to hang with them.
Yeah.
You guys hung with them and played with some of the best in the state.
Correct. Yeah, I remember going out one time and telling the coaching staff, I said, look who we're going against. And I remember they had like a shortstop going to Texas Tech, second base going to UTSA, outfielder going to another university. I said, that's normal. And putting the kids to the top competition that we went through, they didn't care. I mean, they went out there and battled. For them, it was just another baseball game, another pitcher, another batter. And we didn't take that into consideration. That me going into as the head coach, I don't want the kids scared going out there. I want them to be like a normal baseball game, and me going after the best teams in the state and picking up good quality baseball. That's big for us.
What do you think it's going to do for you guys coming into this season? Obviously, now your expectations are even higher coming in, but the experience as you went through last year, what is it going to do for this year, and how much is it going to help you guys even go on a further run than you did last
We're going to
season?
need to come back hungrier, humble, expecting more. Just come out there hungry.
Coach, most teams that go that far last year are senior laden and graduate a huge class. You're complete opposite. You have pretty much everybody coming back. You told me you're number 1 in the state coming in right now in your classification. Sometimes there's a lot of pressure on kids.
Correct.
But you told me that your guys, they kind of relish it. They don't even really look at that.
Yeah.
Kind of explain that. Talk about that. I mean, obviously, again, when you're on top, everybody wants to beat the big dog.
You're correct.
But you even said to yourself, we don't.
Yeah.
Talk about that. We're here to play ball.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's just a number to me, and I'm going to relate this to the kids. That's just a number. At any given week or any given moment, we could easily be number 5, number 10, whatever. But I think by being number 1, we're going to get everybody's number 1 pitcher. I think that's going to help us in the long run going into the playoffs. And to me, that's much more important. I would rather be ranked number 20 or 30 and win the state championship than being ranked number 1 and fall number 1 or number 2 in the first round. I wouldn't want that. So in a way, it's kind of going to get better because teams are going to know about us. Hopefully, they'll throw their number 1 against us, which will make our team a lot better.
Do you guys feel any pressure coming in, knowing that they've ranked you number 1 in the state of Texas? And you look at your schedule, every opponent, they're going to look at that and say, "Oh yeah, that's what we want." Any pressure at all, or no pressure whatsoever?
Well, it's gonna be hard knowing that with the team that everybody wants to beat. We just gotta keep focused. We gotta keep working hard and play ball, do what we know.
Coach, you told me that you put together a pretty tough schedule this season, especially tournament-wise.
Yes, sir.
You especially talked about the Cal Allen tournament.
Mhm.
Tell me about that. You had an experience last season where y'all faced Cal Allen. They were
Correct.
state ranked. Was that one of the reasons you wanted to go back? I know you said you guys were tested. You were
Yes.
tested there really early. Is that the biggest reason you went back? And the fact that also it looks like you may get a chance to face Cal Allen.
Correct. We played Cal Allen last year. We lost to them 1-0. We also had a chance of playing San Antonio Churchill, where they were ranked in the 5As up there. We also played Austin Westlake, played Robstown. I mean, those teams are always up there and playing. And I mean, that's the caliber of teams that we want to face, to help us and go deep in the playoffs.
You even told me your first scrimmage, you're going to be tested. You got to try scrimmage.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit too. You're facing two top programs.
Yeah,
in the
we're
program.
going to have a try scrimmage with Edinburgh and Mission Vets, and like I said, that's just going to help us get better. Test these kids to see who's going to come up and play ball. So those are just good challenges for the team and for the program to see where we stand.
Goals, guys. I'm sure there's one thing in mind, and there's only one thing. You ain't looking at district title. You're not looking at playoffs. You're not looking at regionals. Is state championship the only thing on your mind for this season?
No, we're going to take it game by game, game at a time. See what we can do from there.
What's it going to take to get back there again?
Coming in as the underdog. That's what the same mindset we had last year.
You're going in with the mindset that even though you're number one, you think you're going to be the underdog? Coach, same thing. I mean, obviously, you got there. You were one step away.
Yeah.
State championships only. I'm sure that's got to be your goal this year, right?
I've always said this. I don't know what it takes to get there. I mean, we know how it gets to get to the semifinals, to the regional final. We know what it takes to get there, but we don't know what it takes for. And my test for myself is to check this team on a weekly basis, and we got to keep getting better every day on a weekly basis. And then as soon as we get there, I know teams are going to want to play a one-game series. That's going to be another situation that we're going to have to battle through. So my goal right now is just get better every week, and have good practices, come in and out of practices, and coming out better than when we came out yesterday. That's going to be my challenge.
Last thing, you've got a lot of teams here in the Valley who probably say, God, man, we'd give anything to be in Hidalgo's shoes, to experience what they did. What would you say to these young kids? I mean, obviously, again, your team never expected. You didn't even expect it last season. You looked to where you got. What would you say to these young kids, and what would you say to these coaches that want to say, hey, we want to be the next Hidalgo?
Yeah.
What is it going to take to do? And obviously, you proved that it can be done.
Yeah, we just appreciate the moment. I tell these kids every time. We were in the third round last year, and I told them that, and they could tell you, there's only us and two other teams out there still playing ball. And I said other kids are already getting ready to graduate, making plans for colleges, and they had the opportunity, even when school was out, to keep playing. So one thing I kept telling them is you need to appreciate the moment. I mean, it doesn't come in every year. It doesn't. And for us to happen to us and possibly happen again, it's something we need to appreciate and cherish this moment, because you never know when it can not happen again. So those are little things that I preach to the kids every day.
Perfect. That's perfect.